Hey, you can get some cool and fun rewards for helping me help kids. Stick around after the video for more information.
christiangeekcentral.com.
Our friends over at SPECULATIVEFaith.com are lending us another article. This one's a little different this time. It's a report about the ACFW conference and the winners of the awards there. This is a conference that gives awards to Christian fiction writers, and the article is titled "Fantasy Authors Win 3 Awards at 2019 ACFW Conference," written by E. Stephen Burnett, published October 1st, 2019. Burnett writes, Christian fantasy authors just scored 3 ACFW Carroll Awards at the September 28th American Christian Fiction Writers Awards Banquet. In the category of 2019 ACFW Carroll Award for Best Young Adult Novel, Nadine Brams won for alternate history fantasy Fox. Keepers think the Igniters caused the plague. Igniters think the Keepers did it. But all Thomas knows is that the stone plague infecting his eye is spreading, and if he doesn't do something soon, he'll be a lifeless statue. So when his keeper father, Guy Fawkes, invites him to join the gunpowder plot, claiming it will put an end to the plague, Thomas is in. From our featured review in Lorehaven magazine, despite the presence of potentially whimsical color magic, in this world, the Thames still burbles with sewage, maidservants toss waste from windows, and even sincere men can believe and die for false religion. This is solid, creative, and useful fantasy. It reflects the reality where hypocrites, abusers, and powermongers can darken every point of the belief spectrum. Again, that's Fox by Nadine Brams. And in the category of 2019 ACFW Carroll Award for Best Speculative Novel, Morgan Busi won for Mark of the Raven. Lady Selene is the heir to the great house of Ravenwood and the secret family gift of dreamwalking. As a dreamwalker, she can enter a person's dreams and manipulate their greatest fears or desires. As she discovers her family's dark secret, Selene is torn between upholding her family's legacy, a legacy that supports her people, or seeking the true reason behind her family's gift. From our featured review in Lorehaven magazine, Raven is light on action but heavy on familiar yet complex character drama, mounting tension, and lush details. Selene wants to protect her sisters and also her own heart from the pain of wounding others, but at the cost of her own humanity. And all the while, their world is haunted by the whispers of some lost and ancient past, when every member of every house used their supernatural gifts for good. I reached out to Morgan Busi for her thoughts afterward. I never expected to win, so to have Mark of the Raven win the Carroll Award feels surreal, Morgan said. It also makes me grateful that Enclave Publishing owner and president Steve Lobby encouraged me to submit to Bethany House, and for Bethany House to take a chance on my story. I'm thankful for all the people who helped bring Mark of the Raven to the world. Again, that's Mark of the Raven by Morgan L. Busi. For the 2019 ACFW Carroll Award for Best Debut Novel, Lindsey Franklin won for The Story Peddler. Tanwin doesn't just tell stories, she weaves them into crystallized sculptures that sell for more than a few bits. But the only way to escape the control of her cruel mentor and claw her way from poverty is to set her sights on something grander, becoming royal storyteller to the king. From our review in Lorehaven magazine, this story spins a perfect array of delightful characters living with complex magical abilities in a truly unique world. Its adventure, political mayhem, and just a touch of romance reach into the hearts of creatives whom God has gifted to use their talents to serve others. I reached out to Lindsey for her thoughts afterward. I'm still really overwhelmed about this, she said. I believe this is the first time a speculative book has won the debut category, so I'm doubly emotional because I feel like this win belongs not just to me, but to my community. And again, that's The Story Peddler by Lindsey A. Franklin. Meanwhile, at the ACFW conference, none other than our friends at Realm Makers Bookstore ran the recently rebooted Bookstore at the 2019 ACFW conference, hosted this year in San Antonio, Texas. Usually the bookstore hosts mainly Christian-made novels in sci-fi, fantasy, and other fantastical genres. But the bookstore looked a little different for this particular event, bookstore co-founder Scott Miner told me. For example, the bookstore featured a corner of books by Realm Award-winning authors, as well as all three of the above titles. Most of the store, however, featured books by ACFW member authors, who tend to be in contemporary and historical genres, especially romance. The main reason we were there was to serve the authors at ACFW the same way we serve the authors at Realm Makers, Scott said. The bookstore also hosted book signing events by popular authors. That included one author not known for romance himself, a certain Frank Peretti, who was this year's ACFW keynote speaker. On a personal note, I also understand that at long last I now have Frank Peretti's autograph twice. Once on my paperback vintage copy of This Present Darkness, and second on my first print Family Christian Bookstore's copy of Peretti's arguably best novel, The Visitation. Achievement unlocked. So there you go, a great informative article from E. Stephen Burnett, and three books that you can check out that are highly celebrated and recognized as being of good quality. So for your consideration, again, that's Fox by Nadine Brams, Mark of the Raven, part of the Ravenwood Saga by Morgan L. Busi, and The Story Peddler by Lindsey A. Franklin. Congratulations to all of those winners. And again, you can get this article titled Fantasy Authors Win 3 Awards at 2019 ACFW Conference by E. Stephen Burnett, and a ton more great content connecting you with all kinds of cool Christian, sci-fi, fantasy, and speculative fiction over at SPECULATIVEFaith.com. Hey, Peter Franson here from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions. For my 6th consecutive year, I'm participating in Extra Life, a charity event that raises funds to provide medical care for children in urgent need. I'm also leading the Christian Geek Central Extra Life team, which you're still welcome to join by following the link in the description below. Once again this year, I'm drawing attention to our team's fundraising by performing a 24-hour marathon of video gaming that I will stream live on youtube.com/ChristianGeekCentral and christiangeekcentral.com beginning 6 a.m. Pacific Time on Saturday, November 2nd. You can donate on my page or on any team member's page by following the links below, where you will also find incentives and rewards for doing so. For example, on my page, for $5 or more, you can choose a topic to add to my +3 page of many topics that I'll be blabbing my opinions on during the live stream. For $10 or more, you get the previous reward and a download code for a free copy of the Spirit Blade Special Edition audio drama. For $20 or more, you get the previous rewards and you can choose a game for me to play during my November 2nd live stream. Pick a favorite or torture me with something terrible or rage-inducingly difficult. For $30 or more, you get the previous rewards and you can choose a song for me to sing during my November 2nd live stream. Pick an old favorite of yours or just make me humiliate and torture myself with something no one wants to hear. And for $50 or more, you get all the previous rewards and a download code for every MP3 product at spiritblade.com. That's an $80 value. On top of that, I've set fundraising milestones that will unlock strange and unusual happenings as I reach them. At $200, I'll have a free download day for everyone who visits spiritblade.com on November 6th. And as my total goes beyond $200, I'll unlock increasingly more content for that free download day. I will also let my boys tickle me for 1 minute straight during my November 2nd live stream. And depending on how far beyond $200 my fundraising goes, I will cover my face in peanut butter and jelly while talking about horror movies, put on a Frozen Solid t-shirt the morning of my live stream while playing video of me singing soothing classical music at my senior recital in college, shoot water up my nose with a turkey baster, get my wife Holly to play a game with me for 30 minutes of the live stream, or the granddaddy of all milestones, squirm intensely, mortified while showing an embarrassing video clip from the original stage version of Spirit Blade. Now, there are some stipulations and time limits on those rewards and milestones, so quickly follow the link below to my fundraising page for all the details. I hope you'll be a part of helping me and the Christian Geek Central team do some good for some kids who really need it. And then, please join me at youtube.com/ChristianGeekCentral for my 24-hour marathon starting at 6 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, November 2nd. Hope to see you there.